Hello everyone, we are proud to present about migration of Thai domestic laborers. First, we start with meaning of internal migration. Migration is the relatively permanent movement of individuals or groups over varying distances to change places of residence. Permanence and distance are its major defining dimensions. Internal migration occurs within the boundaries of a given country. International migrants, not considered here, are called immigrants. Internal migration, therefore, is a type of geographic mobility status. At present, the unemployment rate in Thailand is rising due to economic problems. Rural people do not do farming well, due to weather problems and more severe natural disasters. One of the reasons that make rural people move to work in big cities. Both good and bad results. The relocation in economics. It can be determined by the definition of the process that causes urbanization. Urban integration is a process of change that occurs when a single rural system, which is characterized by a sparsely populated area, they are labor-intensive and quite independent of each other. It is the opposite of the urban economy, that is, the dense settlements, specialized in the production of goods and services, interdependence among households, business units and governments, and with the level of technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Domestic migration is a move from rural to urban. It occurs in almost every country, while the economic development from agriculture to industry. This is a major factor. Expansion of the city. An important link between rural and urban migration is differences in urban and rural labor markets because of the different prosperity. The city will provide opportunities for the population in education, occupation, housing, public transport, more than a rural area. If you look at the spatial, where's the progress? Or be promoted to develop, there are industrial factories that make up a wide range of industries such as manufacturing, transportation and retail. It gives impetus to the rural population to work in the cities as the main reason for moving to the big city is the work. The second is the family. The status of civil servants moving from rural to urban areas. Most of them are employed in the private sector. Private business or a government employee. Most of them emigrated from central and southern parts of Thailand. Let's go down north and the northeast. The age group with the highest migration rates was the age group 15 to 24 years, was followed by adults 25 to 59 years, and those with the lowest migration rates elderly 60 plus. However, the increase in urban population is accompanied by greater problems and impacts, such as population density, congestion of housing, environmental issues and pollution. Environmental problems and pollution, waste disposal, life and property insecurity include health problems and mental state of the population. Theory and model. In the theory, we'll refer to labor supply or an increase in the number of migrants increases aggregate labor supply. Conceive this in the chart as a rightward shift in labor supply, from S to S prime, since the number of people who are willing to work for a given wage increases for all wages. Based partially on this simple framework, some believe that migration decreases wages. Prominent economists in the migration literature such as this, labor demand or downward sloping view of migration, and argue that increased migration adds to the supply of workers and depresses the wages of natives, from W0 to W prime. However, increased migration does more than shift supply right, it also increases demand. Labor is among the most prominent economists who have emphasized the idea that demand also shifts out. This view of migration holds that the effect of migration on natives' wages is ambiguous. It depends on the relative size of rightward shifts in supply and demand. Here are a few reasons why demand shifts out. Push and pull factors are forces that can either induce people to move to a new location or oblige them to leave old residences. They can be economic, political, cultural, and environmentally based. Push factors are conditions that can drive people to leave their homes. They are forceful and relate to the country from which a person migrates. A few example of push factors is not enough jobs in your country, few opportunities, desertification, famine, drought, political fear, persecution, poor medical care, loss of wealth and natural disasters. Pull factors are exactly the opposite of push factors. They are factors that attract people to a certain location. Examples of these push factors are job opportunities, better living conditions, political and/or religious freedom, enjoyment, education, better medical care, and security. To migrate, people place so attractively that they feel pulled toward it.
Created using Powtoon.